So it turns out you can learn a lot by spending 4 hours in a museum. And I got a little bit overwhelmed by deciding where to begin on this channel about which information I should start with, because like I could start with the speed exhibit, I could start with like the healthy boost exhibit, I could start with the Eminals, the cute little reptiles and fishes and all that cute stuff, or I could start with the rocks. The rocks are pretty cool. But I decided that I should start this channel off with the history of the building, because the history is pretty cool. So before the Science Museum of Virginia was the Science Museum of Virginia, it was a train station. And it was originally called Union Station, but it was quickly dubbed Broad Street Station. The architect was John Russell Pope, and he's a pretty famous architect, and I might do a separate video just on him alone, because he did a lot of stuff here in Richmond. So on January 6, 1919, at 1:07 p.m., the first train pulled away from Broad Street Station and was the first of many to pull away. So it's really cool because in the museum you can see the ephemera of the passenger train past. Like there's ticket stubs, there's postcards, there's luggage tickets, or not luggage tickets, but like luggage tags. There's a menu from I think the 40s in there, and just like really cool like tangible things that remind you that there were like people in the past. And it's weird to think that, like, duh, obviously there's people in the past, but it's just little things that make it real, you know? Yeah, there are also structural things, like there is a clock face that was shown from the beginning, 1919 to 1999, in the rotunda. And then there's also a piece of just a part of the building that was salvaged. It was just part of the architectural design to showcase Pope's design that he had. It has like a little flower in the middle of it. It's just the attention to detail is pretty cool. Now, my favorite thing they have in the exhibit that I think is really cool is they have a centralized traffic control signal system, which is basically this big thing that they used to, I guess, decide where the trains will go so that they don't run into each other. And they used to just have like train crews doing that. Now they had like this machine to do that. And what's cool about it though is that they had like notes and stuff taped up onto it. So that's that like that presence of that person is still there. So that's what I really like about it. And I guess I should make note that there were some famous people to have gone to the train station. There was Winston Churchill in 1929, and he came again with Dwight D. Eisenhower in 1946. And there was a picture that I saw of Elvis leaving the building in 1956. Yes, 56? Yes, 56. So the train station peaked in 1943 when it had 33,000 people come visit in one day. That's a lot. That's a lot of people. By the 70s, Amtrak had taken over the passenger train enterprise. But in the 70s, Broad Street Station was put on the National Register, which basically means that the building itself has historical significance. So you can't like tear it down. So that's good. And you have to treat it a certain way so that you can't like drastically destroy it. And then in 1977 it became the Science Museum of Virginia, and it had one permanent exhibit called the Discovery Room. So yeah, that's my little spiel on the Broad Street Station. Just thought I'd give everyone a little history lesson. Not all of them are going to be like this, but maybe the first couple ones are going to be more history related. And then further on down the line, they might get a little bit more science-y. But I just thought it'd be more fitting to, start the series off with a little bit about where I'm working. So, yeah. All right, folks. I guess I'll leave it off here. We are at the end of the line, as they say in train speak. It's so lame. Alright. Bye.